What you gonna do?
Okay! You thought it was an alright, but it was not. Haha, got him! My name is Abstract, and the secret to being a great host is all about having some good old charisma, which I don't have. In this episode, Sukasblood as well as Wolfsbanee will be giving some tips over to their mentees as to how they can improve their current style of streaming. What you're going to be looking at this episode is their training session and of course how the mentors teach them during the entire process of the SCAPE streamer's residency. And of course, at this point, you should have probably heard and seen who the mentees are, and you will most probably have already seen their content. And I'm pretty sure that all of you guys are really happy with what they have delivered so far. But now, it is going to go one level higher as their mentors, as I've said, will give them more tips and of course, more pointers so that they can improve their content and of course, help them with any problems that they may have before. Without further ado, let us jump right in and take a look at their training session.
Anything that's off your table desktop, more interaction, it's more physical interaction than interacting with like a web browser or a game. You're doing something other than like watching videos, blah blah blah.
So you're saying if I stream from my bed, it's called IRL streaming?
Get out of your room. Oh my god. Okay, let me just note this down. Umari smartass. Don't be worried about the view count, because for me, right, I never see my view count. My view count has been turned off for more than a year already. I only focus on the people that are talking to me. They can be lurkers, fine. But lurkers are there because they just want to hear you talk. Don't forget, you are allowed to film in public outdoors. Don't let anyone scare you or tell you otherwise, because there are no laws regarding filming in public. Obviously, you don't bring your phone camera and just put it under someone's skirt, okay? That's illegal. That is very illegal. Don't do that, okay? Guppy, I'm looking at you, bro.
What the do you mean, bro? I literally don't, bro. I wasn't aware of the IRL rules, like in public, or the laws in public. So I ended my banana stream at SCAPE. Or like I hovered at SCAPE, right? Because I felt like SCAPE was a safer place for me. Okay, the police can come into SCAPE to arrest you. I think like SCAPE has its own like policies of like how it can be used.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you know people there, it's like in real life. It's not a matter of what you know, it's a matter of who you know.
Can I ask like what are some examples of like Sukas, how you provide value to your community?
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, right, I just insult every single one of them. Like in a joking way. I don't mean it, but in a way you give them attention, and that's what people want.
So let's say you're doing a IRL outdoors, right?
Yep.
Then suddenly it starts to rain like boom. Then after that you're stranded for like a good like 1 hour. Do you like cancel the stream or something?
No, I just talk to people. I got caught in the rain many times when I was cycling.
Oh.
Yeah, they just go indoors.
So you just sit
find
there
something to
and
do. Yeah, that's why we are content creators, right? We are supposed to think. The fun thing about IRL is nothing ever goes your way.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
There's always something and you always change paths. You just need to have a general idea of what you're gonna do. And then the best thing to do when IRL streaming is improvise. Because improvisation is the most important aspect of content creation.
What if you just don't play blurbs outdoors?
Oh, that's a mute. Holy shit, dude.
Play blurbs outdoors. How you gonna
just
f***ing make money?
earbuds.
Huh? How you gonna make money? What, you gonna dance in public? That's also fine. That's actually also fine. Okay, you want this to be a potential career, a path, a job, whatever. Who's gonna pay for your internet bills? No one, except yourself.
Sukas has been a really powerful mentor. He has been someone that has been overseeing and watching us very quietly, but he will also pinpoint to us when he feels like, oh, you did this well, or you need to step up on this certain aspect. And I think that he is someone that is also very detailed in the sense where he will really go very in depth to try and solve the problems that we raise up to him.
A single phone setup is not the best idea unless you use something called Speedify. Speedify is a VPN, a paid service where you can aggregate and bond two internet connections together.
I think my biggest takeaway so far has really been just being happy and comfortable with the content that you put out instead of just pursuing what you think will give you good numbers or what you think will break in the viewership. I think it really just boils down to whether you're happy doing what you're doing.
Honestly, you can do anything. Really, don't worry. Just do something. And when I started streaming, right, my IRL streams are actually the more popular ones. Like the view count is significantly better.
And Sukas has always told us on the internet, there is someone out there for you. So I think that has been something that has been very comforting and very reassuring for me as a content creator.
There were a lot of tips that were shared, like really small things. For example, like, oh, you could do things like giving people specific or unique Discord role. We mostly talked about technical things like hardware, like, oh, maybe you can upgrade to a camera in the future, but he told me like, oh, my lighting is fine, my camera quality is fine.
This is the best camera you can use for IRL streaming in terms of stability, not in terms of picture quality. You can use two phones, you can use GoPro, you can use Action Cam, and then you see the port, Ethernet port, 4 USB port.
I also learned a lot from Sukas about parasocial relationships. I learned that, you gotta pay equal attention to each of your viewers. You got to learn to say no, make your boundaries clear.
Stream snipers actually bring content to your streams. At least you have someone to talk to. Handling stream snipers, you gotta have a higher EQ. You need to know how to deal with people, okay? Yeah. Don't be afraid to say no. That's the most important thing, especially for females.
What really stood out to me was that the way he manages those conflicts, and he manages it very well. He's very polite when he does it. He's nice about it, and people are okay with him, doing his thing because he managed to resolve that very nicely.
I went into the gantry area. I went down to wait for the train. The auntie from the top took the lift down and called me to go up to the control station because I was filming. You're not supposed to film. And then I had to explain like, what I'm doing. I actually showed them what I'm doing, and she was like, oh, okay. So don't film, don't show what an MRT station looks like. That's how I found out. You actually learn the hard way. But just be polite to people, be nice to people. People will reciprocate. They know that you mean no harm. And obviously, you don't wear sunglasses and a bandana out in public because that is gonna hold you back for 2 hours. Why are you guys laughing?
Consistency is key. As a streamer on Twitch, like analytics wise, right, I've noticed that the more you stream, right, on Twitch, the more presence you have on Twitch, right, the more likely you're going to get people noticing you a lot more. I think in general, like on a global scale, once you all start to have more community, you have more presence on the discovery page. So from there, like people will start to actually click in and see your channel. Personally, I think doing more community stuff for you right now is one of the best ways to go about building the community as well. Yeah, you need to kind of like foster that mindset where, you don't have to always constantly be there to make the conversations for them. At some point, they are going to be talking among themselves. That's what you want. Tell them that, okay, today, guys, I have like a goal that I want to hit. Like I want to hit $100 today, for example. Then you say, if you hit $100, you'll do something. You can even write it down on text on the OBS to show them, oh, okay, I want to hit $100 today. If I hit this, I will do something. You all need to really learn the art of stalling. You know what I mean? Like you drink 1 bottle of alcohol with your friend, you drink 1 hour. You can do it for 2 hours when you're streaming. That's what you should do. You sit there 1.5 hours, 2 hours. That's how you stall, and then you just keep talking to them.
What do you think, like if I started stream around like 10 p.m. kind of thing, then like I stream until like about 3 hours kind of thing, is it too late?
I feel that if you're going to like a pub or something, it can be very dark at night, and your camera cannot capture. Maybe people want to see you, but they cannot even capture your face because it's so dark, right? You must be able to bring certain, maybe like say you need a ring light, bring a small ring light maybe so they can see you. If not, like they totally cannot see you, then there's no point. You know what I mean?
When will you how do you know you're asking too much? Sometimes they're like, hey, this is like free content, but then do you want to make like money off it. That's the thing. Then like, do I want to farm? I can farm, but should I farm? Like, I'm a new streamer. Like, is it asking for too much? That's the thing. That's something I always ask myself.
Stop! You're violating the law.
Do you feel like if you donated $5 to a certain streamer and she did a whole dance for you, do you feel like it's worth your money?
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly, literally, you put yourself in your viewer's shoes. Like if you were to do something very extensive, like it's not like you're sitting down and you're getting money, right? You're actually doing something for something. So you are putting in effort to get that donation. So it's alright.
Nowadays, all I can say is, I stream darts. There's nothing else. Or else it's just me going out to eat.
You are right. I don't think you should do it like every stream. I try to see like what other content you can do. Yeah, like I think like
I play pools and a lot more people watch me play pools than play darts.
Yeah, I saw you went to play pool, right? Yeah. So like things like this, different activities is good. You see your VOD, 1,000 views a lot of people watch your stream that day. You see, because you did something different. You see, like, so this is the whole point. The whole point with streaming is that when you do something different out of the blue, right, people are more interested to watch.
My biggest takeaway from Wolfsbanee is that she gave me a lot of like very useful tips based on her experience, like how she taught me like consistency is very important and how it is important to like network with other streamers. What Wolfsbanee specifically told me was like I can try experimenting more, like experimenting, like changing my stream time so like I can cater to like more different audience, because so far I've only been doing it to one specific audience, and I think that it's very it's something that is very doable.
What I want you to have in mind is that it's alright to have Singaporeans in your stream, more Singaporeans in your stream, because they will help you to boost your numbers to eventually get what you want. It's okay to be the same, stream the same way. You don't have to speak Singlish to the Singaporeans, you know. You see how I stream, right? You know that I don't really entirely cater to Singapore audience as well.
And she tell me like, okay, my content is good, and like she tells me things that she noticed from my stream, which is like it struck out to me because like it shows that like she really cares about me, and like I feel very happy when she tells me that.
I get to reflect even more and get to know what to do for streaming, because sometimes like I do think of things like, oh, what am I not doing right? Then I probably cannot find my own answers, but from this mentorship, right, they will kind of guide you to the questions to ask yourself what you should do and what you should not do and how to get better. So she did tell me like continue what I'm doing if I find that it's benefiting me or is still very good. And then she also gave me like some ideas on how I could improve myself other than doing what I'm currently mostly doing. I wanted to previously do a stream on Hell's Museum, but then because I see a lot of people going to Hell's Museum and a lot of people doing it already, I feel like there's no point for me to do it. And she was like, oh, that is a very bad thought, because like, what if other people do it? Some people want to watch you experience it and do it with you.
Just go lah. Never mind what. Some viewers you in your stream maybe never see the Hell Museum before. But like seriously, if you want to go and do, just go and do. Like it's better than nothing. It's more for yourself, not for also just the chat by itself. You know what I mean? It's more like because you are finding things to do. So when you find things to do, people can enjoy it with you. So that's the difference. The difference is like maybe they see it before, but they want to see it from your perspective.
Now, those are great advices, and I believe that they are general enough for some of you guys to actually feel some connections with as well, and maybe perhaps you will be able to make full use of those advices as well. I'm gonna call them because I would need some advice for myself too. But well, next in line though, we gotta have to take a look at that. It's going to be Team Arthars as well as Team Supercatkei. The mentors would then give their opinions and thoughts about their mentees' unique style of streaming. Well, unfortunately, this is a wrap and this is the close for episode number 4. Stay tuned for episode number 5 and make sure you guys subscribe so that you don't miss that. And of course, when the video goes live, you will be notified immediately. Without further ado, I shall see you guys next week.